in his commitment to end the trend of obesity. I hope you will join us in believing that that is possible, and that I can show you how your beliefs can in fact become a reality. Today, headlines and news reports talk of natural disasters, of war, of terrorism, but the most dangerous enemy is obesity, which was described by our former Surgeon General, Richard Carmona, as, quote, the terror from within. Some of you heard that speech, right? The battle of the belly consumes our nation's wealth, it saps us of our strength, and kills more Americans than a century of terrorism. For example, in 2006, 28 people lost their life to terrorism, while 120,000 lives ended as a result of obesity. Tragically, last year, obesity overtook smoking as the leading cause of preventable death in America. Grandchildren of a people who once knew poverty and the horrors of hunger are literally eating themselves to death. As Carl pointed out on Friday, for the first time in the history of this country, the rising generation is expected to live fewer years than their parents. This Father's Day, dads who should be on a bike ride with their boys or playing catch in the yard with their daughters are instead sitting in front of a TV on their couch watching American Idol and perhaps eating more calories than they should eat in the entire week. They aren't active dads, and therefore their children are not active. The financial burden of the rising generation's obesity-related health care costs is estimated to rise to, look at this, $4 trillion. That's one out of every $5 spent in America is expected to be spent on health care to cover the effects of our rising generation. Think how far we've come. We live in a country that once had the resources to discover the heavens, where men learned to fly, first to the clouds, and then to the moon. And I'm going to catch up here a little bit. We live in a nation of bridge builders, artists, educators. We connected our country with the best transportation system in the world, and then we connected the world via the web. But more and more of our nation's resources are being consumed on the path towards, and then the fight with obesity. We pay first to build our bellies, and then fight the effects of it. Instead of funding innovation and preparing for the country for future opportunities, billions and soon trillions of our nation's resources go to pay doctors, nurses, insurance providers, and eventually caregivers, not to mention bureaucrats, in trying to solve this problem. Despite its trillions and trillions of dollars, our government has failed us to date, and there's no hope in sight if you look to Washington. But there is hope. We have evidence in this very room that this trend can end. And a new trend can begin in our homes, and then in our neighborhoods, and eventually can sweep across our country. You are our hope. But you must first believe that it can be done. The trend will not end with trillions of dollars of tax dollars, but it will cost a few $100s and less than 100 days spending an hour each day to get healthy and fit. Now, some of you feel like it's not right for you to earn money for sharing Beachbody with your family and friends. In fact, even some of our founders thought that it would change things if their motives for helping were tainted by the chance for them to earn money. But Team Beachbody works. It works because it provides an financial incentive to attract more and more coaches to this effort. and then allows those who are most effective to quit their day job and to focus full time on ending this trend. Isn't that awesome? Many of you have done that already, right? Some of you as early as April, right? For the nation, if you ask me, right? Okay. I've mentioned politics, dabbled in religion. Let's get down to business. So, you understand this issue. You do see that it's okay for you to earn commission for engaging in this work, right? Good. But, is it really possible? Do you believe enough to make the end of this trend a reality? Do you? Yes. Well, let's get you very practical and take this massive problem into a few bite-sized chunks. Early this year, I met with executives from one of the country's largest health insurers. And during that meeting, they made a remarkable comment. They said that we would no longer have a healthcare crisis in America if we could just find a way to change the habits and improve the health of just 1% of the U.S. population. Wow. Wow, 1%. That's just 3,050,000 people, okay? So let's make that our goal. 3,050,000 people. That's our first goal. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we reach 1%? Here's the math. Easy for me to say. If each one of you in this room, all 2,500, would go out and enroll just 2 customers each month, it would just take us 622 months, or 52 years to end the trend. That's way too long. Right? Right? Right. Okay, good. That's good, because we have the answer. We have the benefits of a compensation system that rewards you not only for enrolling customers, but also for recruiting others to help us end the trend. Pretty cool, huh? While other companies have abused network marketing, we have the ability to employ it in a social. Just the 43 coaches who joined me on stage earlier this morning, just you 43 sitting here in these front rows, to join me and to duplicate your efforts with 2 new coaches a month, helping them earn two new coaches a month, we could end the trend. Ready for this? In just 16 months. And if we can convince the rest of you in this room to join, we could end the trend by next tax day, April 15th, 2012. We could end this trend and start a new trend of health in this nation. Wouldn't that be awesome? Think of that. Employing the healthiest form of network marketing would allow us to return 1 year from now in Las Vegas, Nevada, to celebrate the fact that we've accomplished what Congress, with their trillions of tax dollars, will never do. Right? We can end the trend of obesity. We believe it. It's not just a logo. It's not just a saying that we'll forget when this summit ends, right? We can end the trend of obesity 2 by 2 by 2. If not a year from now, then 2 years from now. If not 2 years from now, then 5 years from now. But definitely within this decade. We have the celebrity trainers. Their programs work. We have the healthiest meal of the day. We have the media who has found us, and they've created a tailwind for us to help us in our effort. And we have 2,500 of you with your own success stories sitting in this audience right now. Evidence to the fact that we can, with our solutions, end this trend, right? So,